And basically they've given
Jez was fishing
us to and
that's great. I think we're covering. Right, Whiskey Galore, who's going to be the projectionist? Do you want to be the Sam? Do you want to be the projectionist at Whiskey Galore? No, Matt is then Sam is Whiskey. Would you mind Jez being the trainee projectionist for you?
That's the thing to know anyway.
Did you bring it with you?
So we have the film that we're making.
Well, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. It was the enthusiasm of about 2, 3, 4 people who said, we enjoy film, actually we enjoy the community, let's put the two together. Let's see if we can use film to bring the community together.
It's been quite a journey from borrowing equipment, and we had old laptops that used to break down in the middle of films and we'd all sit there biting our nails. We then applied for funding, which was amazing, from the lottery, got money, got this lovely equipment now. We boast that we're the only full mobile cinema in East Lothian. There are a lot of little community cinemas, but we can move about.
Just one more, the speaker cable this side. Oh, the 2 speaker cables.
The Pixies and the Stix is something, it's the energy behind it with all the different people and all the different ideas and skills, and it's not just been about saying, right, I can do this, that and the next thing. It's actually about, well, I'd like to learn this.
Well, we've got a couple of different halls. We've got one in East Linton and we've got one in Tinningham. Tinningham is like the sister village to East Linton.
And one of the lovely things about community cinema is it's brought all kinds of different people together in a very rural area where, you know, a lot of people maybe don't bump into each other so much, or maybe, you know, quite often you make friendships at work, and, you know, if you don't make an effort to go out and meet people, then you know, you could be quite isolated out in the rural communities of East Lothian.
Some of the residents of Tinningham haven't visited a cinema for one reason or another for 20 or 30 years, and I personally get a real kick out of our elderly community getting excited about film again.
I think the biggest film that we've had is 140 at one of our cinema showings, and that was one of the children's films. Which is great, absolutely fantastic.
We concentrate a lot on the children, and it's just wonderful. We show the movies usually on a Friday after school, and it's just incredible watching them all turn up and sit down, and they love it. They have popcorn and drinks, and it's a jolly affair for the whole family. And the beauty, I think, about the children's films are that the families feel comfortable to bring the young ones. So the whole family can come. Mm-hmm. And I think that's great.
Well, we had been talking about it for a while, how we would get it going, and we were sort of lost in the all the different licenses and how all of that would work, and really where to start. And it'd be something we were talking about as a small group of friends, really, who would always get together and we'd watch films and have a meal, and decided that we wanted to sort of go a little bit further with that and hold events and how that would work. And we were just in the process of exploring all of that when Sarah said, actually, a relative of mine has done this.
We were looking at ways of being able to approach it, and then quite fortuitously my second cousin Susie got in touch saying, that Pix and the Stix, this wonderful organisation which we've come to know more and more about, were interested in bringing that idea to another community, and would Lismore be interested in being part of that? And we kind of jumped at it really, because it just seemed like a great opportunity and tying in with something that we were quite interested in but didn't quite know how to approach, and actually to have this sort of mentoring was brilliant.
Beth from the cafe was going, oh gosh, we've not had cinema here for a long time, it'd be amazing to have film here. And personally I've got connections with the island. My great grandfather was from this island, so and it's a beautiful magical island, and then that sort of planted a seed in my head going, gosh, why can't we take cinema to this island? And actually at that time there was a group of people talking about, wouldn't it be great to have films? We've got a lovely hall, but we don't know quite how to do it. So that was where the idea came from initially.
It's going really well. I feel like a 7-year-old girl. I'm just on this constantly excited wave. It's great. It's going really well.
So tell us all about what you think about having cinema on the island.
It's really fantastic.
Are you excited about it?
Yeah, it's good to have new things like on the, because you don't get to go to the movies often.
Well, where's your nearest cinema?
Glasgow.
Yeah.
It's Glasgow.
Glasgow and Inverness, yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it? That's not fair, actually. Right,
excited.
You tell us all about it. What are you thinking about tonight?
Who?
You.
What am I thinking about what now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited, really proud of everybody getting it together, and we're just going to have a great night.
It's really nice to be able to have cinema come here.
You have it on. So that's nice. Maybe a deal. Would you like it?
It's going really well. We're talking to people, even I spoke to a couple of people last night, and they come from Oban. I was quite impressed with that.
I think they're related like two coaches of people.
It's been a big shift this weekend, but there's been so many volunteers, it's just worked.
What's that?
We went round and got virtuals. Oh, well, hello. Hello now. It's just coming out the front, actually. Turn it up a bit.
And then when it starts to slow down, you're going to start thinking about stopping it before it burns.
I don't know what he's doing, he's gosh.
It's okay, you don't have to pause for me.
Is that video?
Yeah.
How do you think the film festival's going?
I think it's gone absolutely fantastic so far. It's been such positive feedback from everybody, and we seem to have got it just right, I think, with the different films. So there seems to be something for everybody. So some people who, for instance, today we had the Lismore Sailing Smacks, and everybody, the sort of older population, I would say, enjoyed that and came along, and people that maybe wouldn't normally go to the cinema, you got the chance to come and experience that. We've had children's films as well, which we had quite a few people actually came from off the island, just coming specifically to for the experience, the film experience.
It's another opportunity for folk to be able to really convene, get together, to be able to go into a story realm and a fantasy space, which is really lovely actually, because people on Lismore live on the whole very practical lives, and we're busy in our fields or are working on our houses or whatever, and actually just to be able to go into this fantasy story world and go into this little bubble together is really nice. And of course, because we're an island and there aren't late ferries, we don't really get the opportunity.
Where do you see the film club going after the festival this weekend? How's it going to go forward?
Well, we've made some questionnaires to hand out to the community, which have avidly been taken. So I'm really hoping they're going to come back in and they're just going to give us some feedback so we can really listen to what the community wants, and then we can offer them something that's going to work for them. But the feedback so far has been that we've been managing to cover a little bit of something for everybody. And we were talking just today while we were watching the film actually about just all these great ideas that are coming in. I mean, we were sitting on this rug with the comfy beanbags watching this film, and all these ideas popping in about more theme nights that we can do. And the feedback so far has been that people are loving the theme nights and having something a little bit different.
What was the one that you saw the other day?
Chipmunks.
The chipmunks. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a way in which children might be able to get involved in the organisation of events?
Yeah, I definitely think that's a fantastic idea. We put questionnaires out to try and get feedback from parents and from the children what sort of films that they would like in the future, because we would like to probably have a cinema club for the kids maybe once a month and to know exactly what they're looking for. I think probably having children on our committee as well to get feedback from them. I'd also quite like to get the kids involved maybe in setting up the projectors to give them a sort of passion for film as well. Maybe encourage them to make their own films, and maybe we could put them on for a special showing, have a film competition. You know, it's endless, the sort of ideas that you could do for children.
It's a real starting point of a whole new venture for the island.
It is, it's fantastic, and I think everybody's got very fond memories of going to the cinema when they're young. It's the sort of going into a fantasy world, and it's unfortunately our children don't have, well, before we didn't have that experience because the kids couldn't go to the cinema on a regular basis. With my children, when we go off on holiday, it's always one of the first things they ask when we go to the cinema. So now they can actually get the cinema experience just on their doorstep.
We really didn't know. We were trying to gauge, even putting the chairs out, trying to gauge how many to put out. And I don't think I had any idea who was going to turn up. And so it was a surprise for me that a few folk that I wasn't expecting had turned up. But it was just really lovely. It was lovely, that moment in the film where I looked at you and we were looking around at everybody and they were all just captivated by this wonderful film, a group of people that maybe wouldn't necessarily socialise together. And that was just really lovely.
Do you think we'll take things back from Lismore to Pix and the Stix in Tinningham and East?
Well, I know, Julia, for me personally, I feel I've learnt a lot this weekend. Watching the Lismore ladies and men with their organisational skills and the things like the baking and the hot dogs and the popcorn and the welcome. Absolutely beautiful, warm welcome. So there'll be lots of very happy memories, and as I say, I've learned a lot, and I'm going home with some of their ideas as well.
This has all been possible here on Lismore because of Pix and the Stix, who've all got their lovely t-shirts on, which I'm very jealous about. Had I known we could have done t-shirts, I would have got right in there with them. We ran out of time for badges, otherwise there would also have been badges. Pix and Stix are a non-profit making, voluntary run organisation from East Lothian who have themselves set up this fantastic community cinema. So a huge, enormous thank you to all the Pix and the Stix guys, and there are hundreds of them here, because it's been fantastic and we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you very much for that.
Pixie.
Pix.
Pixie.
Pixie.
No, Pix.
Pixie.
Pixie.
Pix.